What's up, Frenzy Head Nation? Coach Cole coming back to you with another exciting program of Sports Frenzy this week. But before we get the show started this week, I just want to give a huge shout out to my friends over at Laura Havlin for coming through with a little surprise for me this week. That's right, my Havlin friends, I surprised Coach Cole with some lemonade. This is the lemonade we're drinking on the show this week, courtesy of my friends over at the Laura Havlin program. Thank you guys. I love you guys so much for just the little things you do for me. I really appreciate it. Good stuff. All right, so we're going to do a rare thing this week. We haven't been doing this on this season anyway. And I apologize for the delay in this. It just happened that with our last NFL game, we had some, it went very late, so we didn't get, the Sunday night, the weekend. We didn't get the weekend wrap-up done. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is go over last week's picks on this week's show. This is something we used to do last season, and we separated it this season and didn't do it this way. So, but I'll give you we had, last week's winners, as they already know, because they already got to see their sheets, from our Laura Havlin programs. Isaac was the student winner. He had 21 of 31 out of the 31 of the scores we had. And Mr. Randolph getting his first solo win of the season. He had 21 out of 31 points this week. And then our very own in my classroom, Leah, jumping out in the pack and getting a victory this past week with 21 of 31. So 21 was the big number for the Frenzy this past week. And we're going to go ahead and go over Season 10, Episode 15's results for you guys, especially for those who didn't get them already, okay? So in our NFL Divisional Round playoff games, we had the San Francisco 49ers beating the Minnesota Vikings 27-10. The Tennessee Titans beating the Baltimore Ravens 28-12. The Kansas City Chiefs beating the Houston Texans 51-31 after coming back from a very dominated first period. And the Green Bay Packers beating the Seattle Seahawks 28-23 was your final in NFL action. And we do have the NFL games for you this week coming up on the sheets. We'll tell you more about that when we get to the new sheets. NHL hockey action. The Detroit Red Wings getting a win and a shootout. 3-2 was your final score in that game. And the Boston Bruins getting the win over the New York Islanders. 3-2 was your final score there. The St. Louis Blues getting it done against the New York Rangers. 5-2 was your final score in that game. AHL hockey action, minor league hockey action. We had the Grand Rapids Griffins getting it done against the Manitoba Moose. 1-0 was the final in that game. ECHL minor league hockey action. We had the Toledo Walleye falling to the Indy Fuel in a shootout. 4-3 was your final there. In college hockey action, we had the Adrian Bulldogs and MSOE Raiders tying 4-4. So pretty much everybody got a point for that game because we had a tie there. And then in your first 3-point bonus game, the Michigan Wolverines, baby, sweeping the ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish all weekend long. But this was our Friday night game, 3-0. However, Western Michigan Broncos didn't get as lucky as Michigan Wolverines. They fall to Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs, 6-3 was your final in that game. NCAA basketball action and college hoops, men's college hoops, I should say. We had the Adrian Bulldogs over the Kalamazoo Hornets, 80-65. The Siena Heights Saints get a squeaker of a win over Lawrence Tech, 87-86 was your final score in that game. And Hillsdale Chargers fall to Dominican, 77-64 was your final there. And the Michigan Wolverines fall to the Minnesota Golden Gophers, 75-67 was your final in that game. Rounding out men's college basketball, we had Purdue, unranked Purdue, taking it to the number 8 at the time, Sparties, 71-42. Could smell the couches burning that night in East Lansing. And Alabama falls to the 14th ranked Kentucky, 76-67. Remember, these are your last week games results. NBA basketball action. We had the Indiana Pacers toppling the Chicago Bulls, 116-105 was your final there. The LA Lakers getting the win over the Dallas Mavericks, 129-114. And the Chicago Bulls are playing again on Saturday, besting your Detroit basketball, 108-99. But my Boston Celtics get it done over the New Orleans Pelicans, 140-106 was your final there. Excuse me. All right, and then on to our final games of last week's sheets. We had women's basketball, women's college hoops, I should say. Kalamazoo wins a squeaker over Adrian, 63-62 was your final there. About the Siena Heights girls, record continues as they win over Lawrence Tech Blue Devils, 87-76 was your final in that game. Hillsdale drops the game to Dominican, 59-52 is your final there. And then the number 3 ranked Oregon State Beavers beat the Arizona Wildcats 63-61. And that takes care of the recap part of our show. Hopefully, I didn't put any super late games on here this week, so going back to, we should have a weekend wrap-up edition back on the air this week for those who get a chance to watch the weekend wrap-up. In the meantime, time for another swig of this pretty tasty lemonade. All right. So we are on to this week's show, Season 10, Episode 16. And we have... we have NFL Conference Championship action for you. I'm excited because my Super Bowl pick is still alive, and we'll get to that in just a minute. First, we start off. Well, you know what? It's not really a complete typo, but I kind of put these two games in the wrong order. So this first game is actually supposed to be your second NFL game this week, but that's all right. It's not that big of a mistake. You guys are... this is a manageable mistake. Oh, but it is, and you'll find out why in just a second. I made it your first. It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first three-point bonus game. It's your first 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. And you see why. Your first 3-point bonus game this week. We have the Green Bay Packers. They have 14 wins and 3 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the San Francisco 49ers. Oh, helps if I hold the logo up right. San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers also have 14 wins and 3 losses. It's coming down to the best of the best, folks. I don't really consider Green Bay the best of the best, but hey. Anyway, whoever wins this week is Super Bowl bound. Kickoff for this game is Sunday night, 6:30 p.m. Shoot. Really? After I just said that? And then I didn't even look at my own times when I was filling out these sheets? This is going to be another late one, guys. Anyway, 6:30 game. This might complicate the the weekend wrap-up show again this week. But I promise I'll try. Ooh, no. Monday is MLK Day. I'll try and get it done Monday. Or it might end up being wrapped up in the following week's show again. Because it's a 6:30 kickoff and it's going to be on Fox. I'm going with the San Francisco 49ers for the victory. All right, this was supposed to be our first game because it's on first. This game, our first NFL game of the week. We have the Tennessee Titans getting it done. 10 wins, 7 losses. They are traveling to and playing against who I am picking to be my Super Bowl champions. I'm talking about Coach Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs, who have 13 wins and 4 losses. Now, this is where we have messed things up because the kickoff for this game, this is your first game. And kickoff for this game is at 3 p.m. on CBS. And I basically already told you guys who I've got. I've got the Kansas City Chiefs. Got Andy Reid and the Kansas City Chiefs going all the way. They are my Super Bowl victory team. All right, moving into NHL hockey action this week. How about those Detroit Red Wings, huh? Getting a victory under their belt. It's been a struggling season for our Wings. I don't think it's going to be much easier in this game. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins. They have 29 wins, 12 losses, and 5 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Detroit Red Wings. The Wings only have 12 wins, 32 losses, and 3 overtime losses. I know they're not having a great season, and I know their record's not great, but I hold out hope for the Detroit Red Wings. Puck drops for this game 7:30 p.m. Friday night, and you can watch it on FSD. It seems like this gets earlier and earlier in the show every week. So before we go any farther, we must hit the refreshment. All right. Time to break out the musical clipboard. Let's see what we got this week. Well, it's that time again. It's time to talk about those St. Louis Blues. Oh, your current champion, St. Louis Blues. They have 30 wins and 10 losses. But they have 8 overtime losses too. And they're on the road this week. I said they're on the road this week. Traveling to the Colorado Avalanche. Oh, they're playing the Colorado Avalanche, who have 25 wins and 15 losses. Well, that sounded like 50 losses, but it's not. I said they have 25 wins and 15 losses. And 6 overtime losses, too. Talking about that Colorado Avalanche. Well, this is a Saturday night game. I said it's a Saturday night game. And the puck drops at 3 p.m. But it's sad, not a televised game. And that's what makes me a little blue. But you know who I got anyway. We've got those St. Louis Blues. Talking about those championship St. Louis Blues. Ah, yes. I made it a little shorter this week to not torment everybody. Although I did have Leah cracking up last week while I was singing, so. Anyway. I've got those St. Louis Blues. All right, the next game we have for you guys, and let's see, is that the last? our last NHL hockey game this week. The Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights have 24 wins, 19 losses, and 6 overtime losses. They are on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Montreal Canadiens. The Canadiens have 20 wins, 21 losses, and 7 overtime losses. But I'm still going with and like the Vegas Golden Knights, baby. I should mention that the puck drops for this game at 7 p.m. Unfortunately, it's not a televised game either. Been trying to find the games for you guys that are on TV, but that's a little harder to do with the NHL. Now, if you're a wealthy person, you can actually get the NHL network, and they show you, you can pick a team you want to watch and pretty much watch any game you want. But you got to have a good amount of money because it costs like $200-$300, something like that. It's added to your cable bill for the year. Yeah, not for me. I can't afford that. Not on my budget. Anyway, moving into AHL, minor league hockey action. We have the Rockford Ice Hogs. The Ice Hogs have 19 wins, 18 losses, and 1 overtime loss. And they are traveling to and playing against the Grand Rapid Griffins. The Griffins have 17 wins, 19 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Puck drops for this game Friday night, 7 p.m. It's not a televised game. But it's in Grand Rapids, so you could go down and get a ticket, see the game. It's not that expensive. Family night for Grand Rapids Griffins games is pretty awesome. I've got the Grand Rapids Griffins for the victory. In ECHL minor league hockey action, we've got the Toledo Walleye. The Walleye have 20 wins, 12 losses, and 3 overtime losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Fort Wayne Comets. Comets have 18 wins, 14 losses, and 5 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game Saturday, 7 p.m., and it's not a televised game either, unfortunately. But I've got the Toledo Walleye for the victory. All right, that moves us into college hockey action. Taking us to our Adrian Bulldogs. Bulldogs are on the road this week. Let's see. Bulldogs have 8 wins, 4 losses, 3 overtime losses. They're on the road this week. It's traveling to the St. Norbert Knights. They have 7 wins, 7 losses, and 2 overtime losses. You guys know who I got. I got Adrian for the victory. And next up we have the world's greatest college. That's right. I'm talking about those mighty Go Blue, Michigan, Go Blue Wolverines, baby. Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue. They're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Penn State Nittany Lions. Oh, Michigan's record. Michigan has 9 wins, 11 losses, and 2 overtime losses. Penn State has 16 wins and 6 losses. And the puck drops for this game 7 p.m. And this one's going to be televised. This is a Friday night game, and you can watch it on NBC Sports Network. Be tuning in for that one. Watch Michigan sweep Notre Dame last weekend, who was ranked higher than them and had a better record than them. Now they're going to come in this week and take care of action against Penn State, baby. Hail to the victors. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go Blue! Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go Blue! Did you guys figure out who I got? Go Blue. All right, and our last college hockey game this week has the Colorado Tigers. Colorado Tigers, 8 wins, 9 losses, 1 overtime loss. They are traveling to and playing against the Western Michigan Broncos. The Broncos have 7 wins, 9 losses, 4 overtime losses. The puck drops for this game Friday night at 7 p.m. Unfortunately, this is not a televised game. But I've got Western Michigan for the victory. All right, we've only had these guys on here once this season already, but they are a league called Lenawee United. Lenawee United is a high school hockey team, and it's made up of players from all Lenawee County schools. They're one team who has a love for hockey, and this is their first season as a team. Basically, not every Lenawee County school has a hockey program, so this is what they did. They put together a league, a team, to play, and it's a United. That's why they're called Lenawee United, because they're players. It's guys from all over Lenawee County, all kinds of different schools, all our different diverse schools, and they play together as one team. It's their first season together. Those of you who remember Melissa Morton, her son is actually playing on the team. And they're not doing too bad for a brand new team. They have 6 wins and 8 losses. However, they're traveling to and playing against a team who has been around for a while and actually has played a few more games than them, according to this schedule. They have 20 wins and 2 losses, and 2 overtime losses. We're talking about the Saline Hornets. The puck drops for this game Saturday night at 3 p.m. This is not a televised game. But, I mean, Saline ain't super far away, so I think the games are played up there. I don't know. So our boys, I know they practice. I don't know exactly where they practice all the time, but I know they play at the Adrian College hockey rink there. Arrington is where they play. I haven't had a chance to see them yet, but they do have a Facebook page if you want to check them out. They always post a lot of pictures. It's our team. I got to go with them. Lenawee United for the victory, even though it looks like they might be playing a more experienced team. They could pull it off. And I think they will. And I'm going with them. All right. Moving into college basketball action this week. Local teams first. We have our Adrian Bulldogs. Adrian Bulldogs have 7 wins and 7 losses. They are traveling to and playing against Hope College. Hope has 16 wins, 2 losses, and 1 overtime loss. Tip-off for this game is 3 p.m. Saturday. It's not a televised game, but again, I say you might be able to find this game on the Adrian College Bulldogs on their YouTube page is what I was looking for here, and on their YouTube page, sometimes they've been broadcasting live games. They do football games. I'm not sure if they do basketball games or not. Anyway, I've got Adrian College for the victory. All right, our next game, next college hockey game. Hockey. We're not in hockey anymore, Tim. Our next college basketball game. Excuse me, the dogs were barking out there outside the Sports Frenzy Studios, causing distractions. Made me have to think for a minute. All right, we have the Concordia Cardinals. They come to this game with 2 wins and 12 losses. Siena Heights struggling a bit. They're not super better. They have 8 wins and 11 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 3 p.m. And this is not a televised game, but it is here in Adrian. And so you probably could still go there and get in. I've got Siena Heights Saints for the victory. Our next game, we have the Trevecca Nazarene Trojans. They have 1 win and 16 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Hillsdale Chargers. The Chargers have 9 wins and 6 losses. Tip-off for this game is also Saturday at 3 p.m. Hillsdale isn't that far away if you want to go check out some Hillsdale basketball action. You can. Travel out to Hillsdale. Go to Hillsdale College. Again, it's not a televised game, but Hillsdale isn't that far away, so you could go there. I've got the Hillsdale Chargers for the victory. Then we're moving into the number 19th ranked, go blue, Michigan Wolverines. You guys know you want to hear it again, right? Because it's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Go blue. Juwan Howard, Coach Juwan Howard, still having a pretty darn good season. They're ranked 19th in the nation. Go blue. Hail to the victors. They have 11 wins and 5 losses currently. And they're on the road this week, traveling to and playing against the Iowa Hawkeyes. The Hawkeyes have 12 wins and 5 losses. Tip-off for this game is Friday night, 9 p.m. And it's on cable network FS1. So this game will be televised. You can watch it. Go blue! You guys know who I got. Do I even need to say it? I don't really have to say it, but I'm going to. Let's go blue! Let's go blue! Let's go blue! Hail to the victors! Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Go blue! All right, your next game. We have the 9 wins and 7 losses, the Wisconsin Badgers. They are traveling to and playing the 15th ranked East Lansing Burning Couches. The Burning Couches have 12 wins and 3 losses. Tip-off for this game. This game is on before the Michigan game. So it's Friday night, 7 p.m. on FS1. East Lansing Burning Couches. Will there be another upset this week? Can Wisconsin get it done? I got my Coach Cole upset special of the week last week with these guys. Should I do it again? Why not? Let's live on the edge a little bit. I'm picking Wisconsin, and that's going to be Coach Cole's upset special of the week. All right, in your last men's college basketball game, we have the Missouri Tigers, 9 wins and 7 losses. They are traveling to and playing against a team who got a huge win last night against a ranked opponent. We're talking about the Alabama Crimson Tide. And for Bama Buer, roll. Roll, Tide, roll. Alabama has 9 wins and 7 losses. And that is why this is your 3 points. What did I do with the sign? There it is. 3 points. It's your second 3-point bonus game. Yes, it is. Tip-off for this game is 3:30 on Saturday, but it's not a televised game. Locally in our area, anyway. You guys know pretty much who I'm going with. For Bama Buer and the Bama followers of our show, Roll Tide Roll. I'm moving into this week's NBA action. And these guys are struggling big time too. But we still got them on the sheets for you guys. Because they are a local team. And we do still support them. We're talking about those. We're talking about Detroit basketball. That's right. They have 15 wins and 27 losses. Ouch. But there's a good possibility, there's a great possibility, keep your fingers crossed, that they can get a victory this week because the Atlanta Hawks have 9 wins and 32 losses. They're pretty horrible. Tip-off for this game is Saturday, 7:30 p.m. And you can watch this on FS1. I'm feeling pretty confident they'd have to be play really horrible not to win this week. I'm going with the Detroit Pistons. Detroit basketball for the victory. And the reason this game is on here is because I wanted a televised game for you guys. So we're talking about those. And look, I got it right on the sheets this week. Last week I said LA Dodgers on the sheets, when I really meant the LA Lakers, who have 33 wins and 8 losses. And they are traveling to and playing against the Houston Rockets. The Rockets have 26 wins and 14 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 8:30 p.m. and you can watch it on ABC. I'm hoping the Houston Rockets get it done and get the victory over the Lakers. Go Houston Rockets. Okay. We've got some women's college basketball games on here again this week for you guys. And first off, we have Adrian College action. But first, we actually have DC Comets. Olivet Comets. I'm sorry, DC. DC would be the comic book, and this does kind of look like the DC comic book logo. We're talking about the Olivet Comets. 4 wins and 11 losses. Has nothing to do with DC. They are traveling to and playing the Adrian Bulldogs. The Bulldogs have 5 wins and 8 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 3 p.m. Not a televised game, though. But it's in Adrian, so you can come on out, join the team for some action, and support them right here in Adrian, Michigan, as they play. 3 p.m. 3 p.m. is the tip-off. I've got Adrian College for the victory. Next up, we have, excuse me, Siena Heights Saints. They're on a roll, baby. 18 wins and 1 loss. The Saints looking really powerful and really good. They are traveling to and playing against the Concordia Cardinals. The Cardinals have 12 wins and 6 losses. Tip-off for this game is 3 p.m. Saturday. And that's not a televised game. But I see Siena stomping them into the ground. Go Siena Heights. Again in women's college basketball, we've got the Trevecca Nazarene College. 5 wins and 12 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Hillsdale Chargers. The Chargers have 5 wins and 11 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday, 1 p.m. And this isn't a televised game either, but it is in Hillsdale, so you could go watch it. I've got Hillsdale for the victory. Two women's MAC teams going at it. We're talking about those Central Michigan Chippewas. They have 11 wins and 4 losses. They are traveling to and playing against the Western Michigan Broncos. The Broncos have 10 wins and 5 losses. Tip-off for this game is 2 p.m. on Saturday. It's not a televised game. I gotta tell you, I like both these teams, so I'm deferring here. No pick for me. Yeah, I know I'm sacrificing the point. But I like both those teams, and I couldn't really decide who I wanted to go with. So I just won't. All right, your final college women's basketball game this week is kind of a rivalry game. Oh, it is a rivalry game. There's no kind of about it. We have the Bowling Green Falcons, 7 wins and 9 losses, traveling to and playing against the Toledo Rockets. The Rockets have 8 wins and 7 losses. Tip-off for this game is Saturday at 2 p.m. Not a televised game, unfortunately. But I am going to go with the Toledo Rockets for the victory. All right. We got through the sheets relatively quickly there. I'm impressed. That leaves us a few minutes to talk about what's going on in Sports Frenzy news. If you miss anything that's on the show, you can go back again and watch the show. If you're already a member of the Facebook page, it'll be uploaded on the Facebook page as soon as I get done. It'll be on the Facebook page eventually. If not, you can also go to our YouTube page, Coach Cole 1. I'm sorry, I always mess that up. It's Coach Cole Sports Frenzy 1 is our YouTube page. If you're looking for just the, and that's the stuff that we post on the show. If you're looking for just information and stuff, you can follow us on our Facebook page, get the information. You can also follow us on our Twitter feed at Sports Frenzy 1. And we post some stuff on our Instagram page as well at Sports Frenzy One. So those are all different ways to get a hold of the Sports Frenzy show. So let's go to the Sports Frenzy page. And I'll give you some details on some of the things we have going on the Sports Frenzy page. There has been an arrest warrant issued for one Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. after slapping an officer. Crazy stuff going on. Congratulations goes out to Lions legend Alex Carreras. He was elected to the Hall of Fame. The Dodgers want the Astros to vacate their titles for all the cheating stuff that is going on. Yes, it has been discovered there's a big cheating scandal going on in in the Major League Baseball of sign stealing. There's been a bunch of firings over that already with the Astros and several other teams involved. And it's coming out more that more and more teams may be involved. So stay tuned to the Sports Frenzy Facebook page. We'll break news as we get it, or somebody on the Frenzy page will breaking news for you guys. We were saddened to hear of the loss of WWE legend Rocky Johnson. He passed away at the age of 75. Rocky Johnson is the father of The Rock. Olympic star Ali Raisman confirms that she will be skipping the Tokyo Games this year. Some of the different organizations being affected by the cheating scandal. Alex Cora, one-time Astro, has been let go by the Red Sox. The Detroit Tigers have signed veteran pitcher Ivan Nova. Al Avila has said he has been looking to add somebody else to the roster, and he has. I don't know if we're reading too much into this, but reports are saying that Tom Brady has moved out of his Brookline home and cleaned out his suite. The refs have been named for this weekend's AFC-NFC championship games. And MLB is warning the Dodgers and some other teams not to comment on the Astros cheating penalties at all. They don't want it talked about right now. There's a possibility the Detroit Lions could be losing Darius Slay, as he's been hinting around about leaving in his tweets. We are also saddened to hear of the loss of luchador legend La Parka this week. He is the original, I believe the original La Parka. There's still L.A. Parks, who was the guy on WCW. AEW has signed wrestler Brian Cage to their program this week. He should be coming up here before long. All right, that looks like that catches you guys up, and look at that. We kept the show just about at an hour this week. Go figure that one out. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. One last time, thanks again to my Laura Haviland friends for this week's lemonade. I appreciate it so much. Here it could be kind of a messy weekend this weekend, folks. So stay safe out there no matter what you're doing, going to sports games or staying in your house and sticking around. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there right now that for my Laura Haviland programs, and I'm probably going to be out by the time you watch this video as my wife's sick today, so probably going to stay home and help take care of her tomorrow and hope I don't spread any germs around. So this week's sheets, well, it's going to be, I don't know when they'll get done and back to you guys. Just bring them over to the classroom if you get a chance and leave them with Mapstone. She'll put them on my desk, and I will take care of them when I get back to school. All right, so everybody have a great weekend. I'm the coach. Be blessed, everyone. And we'll see you back here again. Let's see. Like I said, I'm not even sure we'll get the weekend wrap-up done with that second late game again. So we'll see you back here again sometime next week. Once again, be blessed, everybody, and have a great weekend of sports action. Take care.